West Virginia coach Rich Rodriguez bans his players from TikTok dancing. He said, I know they will be on it. I'm not banning them from TikTok itself, just from dancing on TikTok. He said,
Correct.
just the thought of his players dancing around in their tights is just not the image he wants for his program. Is this a big deal? Go ahead, Wes.
No, it's not a big deal, but people are going to make it a big deal for no fucking reason. I mean, I get it. Back in like when John Wall and all them were at Kentucky and all that shit, they're doing the Millie Rock and all this other shit and
Oh,
so on
any
and so
block.
forth. But I mean, we didn't have TikTok and all that shit back then. But kids these days, I want to say kids because they're technically men. They're at least of 18 years,
Mm.
the age of 18 or whatever. But I'm almost fucking 40, so to me, they're kids. Damn man, I'm kind of old. I mean, we're kind of old, aren't we, Sam?
Hell yeah.
Jordan's a little bit younger. You don't really understand that quite yet, but
Thank God.
um,
Mhm.
but yeah, if I was a coach, I would be the same way. You can be on social media, you can post and look and all that shit. I don't want to see you out there on the fucking practice field when we're supposed to
Right.
be practicing.
Doing drills.
We're here to fucking stand on business and show these motherfuckers what we're about. And I'm a diehard West Virginia fan, and they ain't been shit. They haven't been really anything since he left. And when he was there, we were, a fucking few plays away from the national championship.
Mhm.
So then that was like what 20 years ago or some shit. So
Long time ago.
yeah, so with the current construction of the world, there's so much more things that we have now that we didn't have back then. I think this is a good idea. Be on your social media, even on the practice field, but you ain't gonna be fucking sitting there dancing, especially when you got your uniform, your practice uniform, and all that other shit. Because when you have that shit on, you're a representation of the
That's
state,
it.
the school, the city, all of it. And if you're out there doing some stupid shit, it's a bad look. It's a bad look, in my opinion, and obviously in Rich Rod's opinion.
Mhm.
Mm.
And no one fears West Virginia when it comes to the sports. Basketball hasn't done shit in a while. Football hasn't done shit in a while. No one fears us necessarily, and I'm hoping that this is a first step of getting everybody focused and kind of getting back on pace of where we used to be. Not saying that we're going to be what we used to be, which would be great or even more, but doing shit like this I think will take the attention off of that type of stuff and make the players focus more solely on football and what they're there to do.
He's the coach, the boss. It's his team now. So, of course, he's allowed to have rules and guidelines for his players, no matter how dumb they may sound to us or may not be. Again, it's his team. It's his right to do so. But
Mhm.
I'm going to tell y'all something right now. If I'm a stellar 4 or 5 star recruit with options and I see this shit, why would I want any part of this? I'm going to make money wherever. I'm going to ball out wherever.
But
Bill
that
Bel
to me, that shows the type of character that you have. That something small as not being able to dance on TikTok makes you want to go to the transfer portal. I don't want you on my fucking team anyway.
No, no, calm down. I'm just saying a high school player who's trying to enter his college
Go.
career, begin
Mhm.
his college career, not transferring. Transfers is a whole different issue. But I'm saying, and it's not just about the TikTok. It's about you telling me what I can and can't do. But listen, just hear me out for a second,
All
right?
right.
Bill Belichick is the coach of North Carolina now. He don't enforce this shit.
He's dating a
And
22-year-old.
and
She's all on that shit.
regardless, this ain't New England, bruh.
He's getting the goodies, so he don't give a fuck what she's
But
doing.
listen, but listen, bottom of the line, this ain't New England, bruh. And who the fuck are you to tell me that I can't dance? You ain't Kirby Smart. You ain't
You
Dabo
want to
Sweeney.
dance? Don't
You
do it
ain't
on the football field.
you
That's
ain't
all you
Dan
gotta
Lanning.
do.
Just hold up. You ain't Dan Lanning. You none of them guys. You're an average coach at best, and you're beyond lucky to fucking be back here in the first place. Because everywhere you've been since you've left West Virginia, you've been average at best, even at smaller schools. And not to mention the sexual allegations and the nasty shit that was going on in Arizona that got you fired. You are lucky that you are back here. So I'm just saying, like, if I'm a
Didn't
player like
happen.
this
Didn't
looking
happen in
in,
West Virginia. That's all
I'm
I care
like,
about.
look, it seems to me it's very apparent that you need West Virginia a lot more than we need you. I'm just saying it.
Potentially.
So this is going to affect recruiting in a highly negative way, bro. It really is. Because you look at players like Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, and Dylan Raiola all dance on TikToks. You're gonna deny players like that, turn them away because to have a hard edge, they'll tell you to get fucked, bro. And a lot of
That's
these top
I
recruits
mean,
won't even give you a second phone call. I'm just saying it's a bad move when you're going, when it comes to recruiting. That's all I'm gonna say.
I understand that, but at the same time, something as small as saying you can't dance on TikTok while you're in uniform or on the practice field or supposed to be practicing. That that small thing is that big of a deal. You can go do it on your own fucking time, not in the West Virginia gear, not on the practice field or the football field and shit like that. That's that big of a deal. You can go get fucked too, in my
But
opinion.
But look, it's not just about look, it's not just about that. Like, yo, football's supposed to be fun, bro. And just because like we're old school mentality, mind coaches, like we don't want our players doing that shit. What's the harm in that, bro? If you're winning, what's the harm in that? If we just get blown out of the
Well,
game
I
for
bet if he wins a
40 points,
national
like
championship or something like that, he might loosen that up next season or the following season.
you never know because you're not going to get the best caliber
Well,
players.
I'm not
Like the
saying that
fucking
we're
thing,
going to win the
you know,
championship.
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying.
and also, who's Rich Rod to tell them that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was, like I said, if this is Dabo Swinney, Dan Lanning, Kirby Smart, if this is anybody with any type of relevance behind them, yes, sir. You know, who am I to tell you shit, bro? You are a winner. You are a winner. Rich Rod has not been a winner in a
But you
long
don't
time.
think something like this isn't going on
Long
to
time.
other lesser known schools with other lesser known coaches?
Of course it is, but it's his big name that hit the tabloids. So we had to talk about it. It's your squad. I had to get your
No.
input on it, bro. I'm just
Well, I'm
saying.
just
And to be honest with you, I don't think it's a big deal. And I'm just trying to play devil's advocate,
oh
putting it
no,
in
I
the light
I
of some of
get
these
it.
younger players who are looking at that shit. Like,
Yeah, I
because you
get
can't
it.
tell these young guys shit, bro.
Yeah.
If they gonna dance on that shit, they gonna do that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And they ain't gonna subject themselves to going to somewhere that's as strict like that, especially when you're not that premier program that had them great years, 20 some years ago. You're not that great caliber coach. Like, you're lucky to be here. That's all I'm saying. A lot of them are gonna look at it like that. So
I mean, I get it from your perspective because the kids these days are all about the fucking TikTok, all about, the latest trends and the latest dances on
well, that
TikTok.
shit can get you paid too, bruh.
I know,
Outside
that's
of
what I'm
NIL,
saying. I understand that. But just like you said, we're old school. I'm here to do a fucking job. I'm not here to fucking be dancing and all this other shit. That's just how I am. And I also think that kids are so goddamn sensitive. It's fucking ridiculous. And you said earlier, people don't like to be told what to do. We all get told
Period.
what to do every fucking day. You go to
Mhm.
work,
No
your
matter
boss
what.
tells you what to do.
Yeah.
You come
Yeah,
home,
right.
your kid tells you what to do by, hey, if they act a fucking fool,
Bro,
it's
I'm
because they're
married.
hung. Yeah, and you're married.
We're married.
Your
We
wife
know.
tells you what to
Right.
do.
Period.
We all get told what to do every fucking day. It's because so
Yeah,
what
that's
the fuck?
facts.
This isn't any fucking different.
You got to set down ground rules. And I don't believe that they're going to get top recruits off the jump anyway. So you got to set down the rules to let these guys know, hey, man, this is about academics. This is about excellence. You're an academic athlete. So if you don't get your grades and if you don't stay focused, that's just a part of staying focused. I believe it is. Don't do all that stuff when you could be studying. Study your playbook, study your books, do those things first before you try to be an internet star or whatever, because all that stuff can be a diversion for what can really get you to greatness.
Yep.
So those are the things that I'm thinking that he's setting. You got to set some ground rules, man, to coming in. You can't be like Phil Brown, whatever. You see what happened to Phil Brown? You out of there. You feel me? You did those things a couple years, did good, slacked off. Let them kids do whatever the hell they want to do. Now you gone, man. You babysitting the grandkids. You feel me? So I'm not trying to do that stuff. He's trying to enforce this stuff. Hey, my name holds weight around here. These are things that I want. These are the things I'm going to implement in my system to make us great again, make us relevant, at least in the first year, and moving forward. If my tender here stays in West Virginia, because he's trying to get another job too. He don't want to stay in West Virginia for a long time. Everybody's trying to go to the next level. He's trying to do what he can right now. What have you done for me lately? That's the name of the game for him as a coach. You wanna get better. You want your players to be better so you can look better on your resume. Okay, now who's gonna call me? Maybe the Gators call me next year, 2 years, 3 years from now, whatever. These guys that went 10-3, went 7-1 in their division. You know, like, hey man, we got a spot for you. Hey, yeah, go ahead, Gators, TikTok your ass off. You feel me? I don't give a damn what you do. But here, whatever, man, we straight like Major Pain around this motherfucker.
Yes,
For real.
sir.
You gotta stand in line. Yes, sir, no, sir. Have your shirt tucked in. For real. Socks all the way to your goddamn to
Coach
your
Carter
knees.
their ass. Coach
For
Carter
real.
them.
Hey. And sometimes it gotta be that way, man. You gotta set the stage, you gotta set the standards. So that's what I believe Rich Rod is doing. Like you say, the TikTok, whatever, that's probably one of the flashier things or whatever. That's the thing that just stands out the most is the TikTok thing. But it's probably, man, probably about 30 more things on that list. They probably never even talked about. They're like, but the TikTok, oh no, I want to do my dance. You know, do that shit at another time. Right now, this is my time. When you hear in this stadium, when you hear in this classroom, when you hear in this practice room, this is my time. Handle your business. For real, you can get the fuck out.
God damn it. All right then.